All right, peace to the family, peace to the tribe. This is your brother, BroYosef. I'm back with another video. And in this video here, we're going to be talking about healing, right? I'm going to give you guys some metaphysical information on healing, right? And, how I'm going to give you guys some good books also that you guys can practice that can help you be a more efficient and better healer. And I'm going to be giving you guys a deeper understanding about what healing really is, all right? So this video was inspired by a sister that contacted me, I believe it was last night. I'm not going to say her name because she probably don't want her information out there. But she contacted me on Instagram, and I gave her some advice on healing. And, I thought about it, and it kind of inspired me to do the video because I don't think I ever did a video alone on healing. And I'm always looking to give you guys some information on something that, I haven't done before. Right. So I want to give you guys BroYosef's perspective on healing from my studies, my research, and incredible healings I've seen with my own eyes. Right. When I was a kid, I even witnessed my brother coming back to life. He died in my mother's arms. Okay. And I remember the pastor of the church prayed for my brother. Right. And my brother, he just came back to life right in my mother's arms. So I seen that with my own eyes. A lot of people who are Christians, Muslims, Catholics, you got some real healers in some of these groups. But the thing is, they give all glory to Jesus Christ, to Allah, to Mother Mary, whoever they deal with, because they don't have a deeper understanding of what's really happening. Some people are born literally with the gift to heal. Okay, literally. You'll see it in children when they're always trying to help people. Some people are natural healers, right? And the first level they'll do it on a lower level, right? So if you're a nurse or you work in the medical field and you're always trying to help people, you're a healer, all right? If your spiritual mother is Sekhmet or any one of these fire entities, you're a healer. If you're a person that has a lot of fire in your chart, your natal chart, you're a healer. Or if you have if I can see certain energy signatures in your numerology chart, that I could do on people. I don't do them, so don't ask me. I'm not doing numerology charts right now. But I've done them on people, and I can see if they're a natural born healer in their chart. So some people they naturally like to take care of people, right? On a lower level, you're really a healer. You just don't know how to use your power, and you don't really understand what you are on a deeper level, right? And there's different types of healers, right? Healers come by way of karma, right? Healers are the creator's gifts to the world because they're here to keep balance and make sure things don't get too out of whack. They transmute the negative into the positive naturally, right? Sometimes that one good friend that you like to talk to that can make you feel better every time you talk to them, they always just seem like they know what to say. They got the right answer. That person's a healer. That's what they're doing. They're helping heal their friend. Now, as a healer, sometimes you got to be careful because what can happen is you can take on too many people's energy and you can start to hurt yourself. If you don't know how to heal the right way, you can also take on people's sickness and you can attract their own sickness to you if you don't know how to transmute the energy. Some people do that, right? They'll heal and they'll take the energy from the person and then they'll get the sickness and the person will get healed. When really what it's about is taking that sickness and transmuting it into a different type of energy, right? So it could be used in the body in a different way. Sometimes, depending on certain levels of healing, they just totally dismiss and transmute the energy and, dissipate the energy. Okay, we're going to get into what that type of energy is, right? So karma is why healers are needed, right? Karma is why healers are needed. You have to understand that all sicknesses, and I wrote some notes down so I'll make sure I don't forget to tell you guys everything. You have to understand that all sicknesses come from karma. Okay, you got different types of sicknesses. Your life can be sick. Okay, your money can be sick, right, or have bad karma. Your body can be sick, and that's the most prominent one. That's the one everybody knows about. If somebody's sick, you usually think it's about the body, right? Your body can be sick or have bad karma. Your mind can be sick, right? These are people with psychological problems. They struggle with psychological problems really heavy. They have a bad karma mentally, right? And some things they did in their past caused that. And this is not to judge anybody because Brother Yusuf has bad. I've dealt with bad karma in my life. Everybody on the planet has a bad karma. That's one of the main reasons why you come here, to get rid of your karma. That's one of the reasons, right? And then to overcome your karma, right? So your mind can be sick, right? Your family can be sick. You can have a whole family full of thieves, a whole family full of liars, a whole family full of alcoholics and drug dealers and drug addicts, right? That's a sickness. That's karma, right? That needs to be healed and transmuted. And usually what will happen is, that one person will come through the family bloodline to fix that. And you know who you are, that Christ person for the family. Depending on what type of family they come into, it's going to cause them to suffer, right? They're going to have to suffer. I'm not talking about you have a horrible life, but sometimes they may have to take a couple hits with a family and still become spiritually who they're supposed to become, and then transmute that bloodline. Break the cycle, break the chain of the family. So the next family member doesn't have to be a drug addict. So the next family member doesn't get abused. So the next family member doesn't have cancer or get sick. You have to be the Christ for that family, And sometimes we know this. We're the only ones in the families that are awake. And, we have to do this. We have to do this. So, that's a basic understanding to help you guys understand sickness and how you can be sick in different ways, okay? That's really important that you guys understand that. All karma, all sicknesses come from karma, right? So let me give you a prime example of that. Okay, let me just say cancer, right? Cancer is very out there today. Usually everybody knows at least one person in their family that died from cancer or has cancer, right? So if cancer develops in a person, let's just say, it doesn't say any kind of cancer, right? If cancer develops in a person, it's always going to start spiritually first, right? It's going to start as a negative emotion, it's going to start as something that person can't let go, something that they haven't let go of in a past life, and they're still angry about it. You ever see little kids, they just naturally angry and you don't know why? They naturally, they flip out and you don't know why these kids are flipping out. They're naturally just very angry. You see them as a young child. It's because they carry some anger over from a past life. And in this life, they're still angry about something, whatever it is. Sometimes people, when you, like prime example, you smoke cigarettes, you drink alcohol. When you do damage, the damage actually starts spiritually first. Your holes develop in your aura, right? Spirits start getting into your body. These spirits, once they get positioned, they're going to attach themselves to some type of major organ in your body, your heart, your brain, your lungs, your kidney, your spleen. This entity is going to attach itself to some area of your body, and it's going to work with the negative energy that you have, and it's going to eventually transmute. And I can see auras. I can usually see a dark area around a person that has some type of damage, or maybe they have an attaching spirit or something on them. I can see like a dark energy around a person. Usually like a little cloud of energy around behind a person's head or near their shoulder. And I'll ask them, hey, do you have a shoulder problem? Do you have a leg problem? Sometimes I'll see like static around a person's head. The static is not bad, but it's a sign that you have to fix yourself. You have to fix your energy. When I see a person's aura has a lot of static in it, it's a sign they have to fix their energy, right? So, a person, this blackness or this entity mixed with the person's emotions, it goes into the aura and it positions itself somewhere, right? It could be the lungs, like I said, it could be the brain, the heart, whatever. And eventually that thing turns into a cancerous. It manifests into the physical. Because what's happening is it's mutating your cells. That dark cloud of energy in your body is mutating the cells. Once the cells start to mutate, you develop cancer from that energy. Everything is energy. You must understand that. So all sicknesses, no matter what they are, they all start as a negative energy. And then they manifest into something physical. You see what I'm saying? So that's the first thing you guys need to understand, that all sicknesses develop into something spiritual. I always tell people this. I'm a pretty big guy myself. I do a lot of cleanses. I'm not perfect, right? I can get a common cold like anybody else, a sore throat, but I have no health issues. And one of the main reasons why is because I do a lot of energy work, right? And one of the second reasons why is I'm always cleansing myself. I do a lot of cleanses. Now, is that to say Brother Yusef may never die? We're all going to die from something, right? But as of right now in my life, I'm very cautious about what goes into my energy. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink alcohol. And if you smoke cigarettes, that's something you really need to stop doing because of the nicotine and the chemicals in it is just putting holes in your aura all the time. So if you're spiritual and you still smoke cigarettes, that's something that you might want to stop. I don't really trip on people who smoke marijuana because I see how people auras look when they smoke marijuana. When you smoke the synthetic stuff, it's going to mess your aura up. Absolutely. But when you smoke real marijuana, 100% real, no synthetic stuff in it, it doesn't really mess your aura up. It opens your mind up on a deeper level. And I'm not a weed smoker. BroYosef messed with a little bit of CBD, the hemp. I deal with the hemp stuff a little more. But at the end of the day, you got to be careful smoking them cigarettes and drinking hardcore alcohol. Nothing wrong with having a little wine, a little something to drink every now and then. But for y'all that drink hardcore liquor a couple days a week, every weekend, you got to be careful with that because you're pulling this negative energy to you. Okay. And this negative energy that causes sickness has a consciousness. It's aware of itself. It knows what it's doing. And once that energy attaches to you, you're in trouble. You got to do a lot of things to get rid of that. Okay. So what I want to do next is I want to explain to you guys the different levels of healers. So you guys can know what you need to be studying and how to deal with, what energy you need to be dealing with. Because everybody's an energy healer on different levels. So the lowest level of an energy healer is a herbal healer, okay? That's a healer that deals mostly with plants, using earth elements and plants and herbs to heal, okay? That type of healing can heal many things, but it can't heal everything, all right? It's some like prime, and let me give you a prime example. Herbs can cure cancer, right? But when cancer gets to a point where it's like stage 4, you can take all the herbs you want. The body's just going to reject the herbs, right? I know people that did this, right? You can be stage 4 cancer. You're taking herbal medicine because you finally like, oh my God, I got to start taking it serious. And you're already stage 4, but the body's going to just reject it. Like you start drinking smoothies more and green juices and you start throwing up. The body will actually reject food and reject certain things, okay? Which only makes you get skinnier and weaker. So the herbs are only going to work to a certain extent. And then the body's just going to reject the herbs. You're not going to be able to use the herbs no more. But for the overall basic stuff, yes, the herbs can heal many things. That's why Dr. Sebi, who was a great healer, one of our great healers, he was a dope healer, but he was a lower level healer. And what I mean by that was that Dr. Sebi was more of just a herbal healer. And even on the herbal healing level, he was great. Right? He was great. It will be remembered forever as a legendary healer. Absolutely. So that's a lower level healer. Okay. A herbal healer. Okay. And it's cool if you study herbs and you deal with herbs, keep doing that because people out there need that. They need to be put on herbal healing because if you do herbal healing, in the beginning stage of your life, you start young or you take herbs every day and you're healthy with it, then you won't even get sick. So herbal healing is a great preventer of disease. It can prevent a lot of disease, okay? That's very powerful. The second level of a healer is a healer that's getting really popular now, energetic healers, okay? Energetic healers, they deal more with their own chi, their own energy, and they push this life force or sometimes they use the universal force, like dealing with Reiki. Reiki, they open themselves up to the universe and they let the universe do the healing, right? They'll push certain energies through their body by way of using symbols and different things like that. They're doing energy work and they do energy work on the people. Now, with this type of healing, you can actually reverse stage 4 cancer. Okay, you can reverse a lot of these things so the body can't reject you because what you're doing is you're putting healing hands on people and the hands are literally transforming the cells back to life. You're giving life to the cells. So that mutated area that has this dark energy, dark cloud in it, the energy that you're projecting into this person is actually transmuting the energy. It's transforming it. So so energetic healing can actually reverse a stage 4 cancer. It can cure AIDS or something like that, right? It can cure, because you got the beginning stages of AIDS, right? Then you have a level of, I think at one level you have you're HIV positive, and then you develop AIDS or something like that, right? So at one level of HIV, when you're HIV positive, at one level it's so bad until herbs just won't work no more. That's a fact. But if you can catch AIDS in this early state, you could definitely use herbs to heal it, right? So it's all about, when you're doing herbs, it's all about catching it early. When you're dealing with energy healing, it doesn't matter what stage it's in. You can catch it, right? You can catch it. You can reverse it by way of using energy. And right now, Reiki is probably one of the most popular things that, everybody a damn Reiki healer today. You know what I'm saying? I know people that know nothing about spirituality, and they say they're Reiki masters, and I'd be like, okay, all right. But it's a lot of people that do Reiki. It's so popular right now. But there's other types of energy healing. Like, you guys need to get into Chinese medicine, because Chinese medicine has different levels of healing. They have a herbal level of healing in Chinese medicine, and then they have an energetic level of healing in Chinese medicine. There's also have an Indian version of it. It starts with an A. I can't pronounce the word, but the Chinese medicine is where you guys want to start. If you guys pay attention to my video and really study them, you'll see I'm already putting you guys on the game with a lot of stuff, because Mantak Chia is an energy healer. Okay, he's an energy healer, and Mantak Chia can actually use energy to heal people, and he teaches you how to heal yourself in the books. He has a whole technique in there I talked about in my other videos called smiling down. And he teaches you how to push the energy of a smile down into your organs and heal your organs. Okay, this is real stuff. So Mantak Chia, who deals with Chinese medicine, he deals more with Tai Chi and Qigong and stuff like that. And, these are energy things you can learn that can actually heal and reverse the stage 4 cancers and the MS and the lupus and different things like that. You can reverse these things by way of energy work, right? That's the level 2 healer, okay? That's what a level 2 healer is. The next and final level of a healer is what you call a divine healer. A divine healer creates miracles, right? And to be on the top level of a divine healer, which means godly, to be on the top level of a divine healer, you're going to have to be a vessel of a entity, right? It could be an angel, it can be a god. Usually it's your avatar of a god. When you have this level of avatar, you reach a certain level in your consciousness where you're an avatar. You can use the energy of that god to create miracles in people's lives. So, you can you may be an energy healer, right? And somebody got stage 4 cancer, and you live across the country somewhere. Say you live in LA and this person lives in New York City, and you're trying to fly there. They say, this person on their deathbed, if you can get here in enough time, you can probably reverse it and heal this person, right? Or start the process of healing this person, reversing this thing. But you get there late, right? And the person dies, right? You get there late, and the energy you're trying to use on this person just ain't working. You're looking at the family like, this person's gone. But a divine healer, it doesn't matter. A divine healer can fly to that person. They could be dead, and they could bring the dead back to life. That's what a divine healer can do, right? That's a whole nother level of healing. This is what is written about in the Bible with Jesus, right? When he rose Lazarus back from the dead, right? He could bring the dead back to life. Divine healers can also heal the blind. In order to be an energy healer and heal a blind person by putting your hands on them, you got to be a very powerful energy healer. But the majority of the time, the energy healers can only cure diseases. They can't really make the crippled people walk, right? People that are born, they can't make a leg grow back. And I know those videos out there when somebody's leg grow longer, everybody know that's a scam, right? But I'm talking about a leg that's totally not there, and you can grow a limb back in front of a person, grow a whole leg back, or grow a whole arm back, right? This is divine healing. A divine healer can do that. They can literally touch a person's arm and grow their arm back. They can bring the dead back to life. Without using any herbs or anything. They can just literally put their hands on a person, use certain energy that comes from a divine being, channel it through them, and heal this person, right? And literally bring this person back to life. And a lot of you out there have these gifts. You're just not aware of it. Depending on how crucial the situation is, sometimes there'll be moments where these powers come out. They come out a little bit. But until you fully realize your divine energy, that you're a vessel, or which is what every healer need to really be. Even if you're a herbal healer, you need to be a vessel for Mother Earth. So, if you're an energy healer, a vessel for the universe. And if you're a divine healer, you're gonna be a vessel for a god or a goddess or an angelic entity, right? And when you're a vessel, which is the most humble and most powerful thing you can be when you're dealing with this level of spirituality, you can work some miracles. You can work some miracles. So a divine healer is a miracle worker. That's what a divine healer does. A divine healer creates miracles. They can touch a plant and make a plant grow back. Okay, they can make the limbs grow back on a tree. They can give life to a dead animal. Right. This is a divine healer. Okay. And I'm pretty sure some people say, I know somebody that can do that. Okay, well, just show it. Prove it. I'm from the show me school. So everyone can develop the gift to heal, but some people are born with it. They naturally already know how to heal. They've done it in many lifetimes, and they naturally can work on a certain level of healing naturally, right? They can put their hands, and usually these people come out as energy healers. I'm an energy healer myself. I wouldn't say I'm a divine healer yet, or I'm gonna say I'm a divine healer yet, but that's something I'm definitely. That's not my main focus. But as I tap more into my avatar state, I know that's something that can develop. But I've had situations where, like, my cat that was dying. I have a cat. We had this cat for 10 years now, and when we first got the cat was dying. The cat had a virus, and I remember I was early in my spirituality. But my wife was crying because she didn't want the cat to die. So I remember thinking to myself, like, man, I really don't want this cat to die. See, my wife is sad. So I remember, without anybody telling me, I held the cat. The cat was like this big at this time. It was a baby, right? I held the cat in my hand and put my hand over it. And without anybody telling me, I took a deep breath and imagined green energy coming from my heart. I don't know why I did it. I just did it like that, right? And I imagine this green energy coming from my heart through my body, through my hands, and I imagine pushing the green energy into the cat. Why I say green, I don't know, but green is the color of healing, right? Blue is the color of life force. You see a lot of life force around something, it's going to be blue, but green is also life. It's just a higher level of life, because green is a life force that can heal. Okay. And I remember pushing this green energy in my hands. And then while I was doing that, I remember my hand vibrated a little bit. It's like I had to shake without me even trying, right? And I was like, whoa. I remember looking at my hands, and I remember when I took my hand off, my wife was my witness. The cat jumped out of my hand, and for the first time in 2 weeks, the cat ate food. Instantly. And my wife was like, how'd you do that? I was like, I don't know. I was just praying for the cat. And I imagined with my eyes closed, this green energy going into the cat, which is a healing energy. And this is before I studied anything about healing. I just naturally knew what to do in a stressful, dire situation. So some of you guys out there are natural born healers, and in a stressful situation, sometimes you can activate your powers, right? And that happened to my younger brother. He's not the baby boy, but he's my brother under me. I remember he fell off the porch and had a seizure. My mother made him lay on the couch. And when she tried to go get him to go take a bath, his eyes rolled in the back of his head. He wasn't breathing. He was gone. And he was laying on the couch for like 30 minutes, right? And I remember my mom called my pastor, who was to do miracles back in the day, right? And anybody who know me and know the church I went to growing up, my pastor was doing something incredible. He was bringing people back back to life, and, fighting demons. And like, this is the church I grew up in, and my pastor didn't know it. He gave our glory to Jesus Christ. My pastor is a natural born healer. He had the gift. He didn't know no better. He gave all the glory to Jesus, but he had the gift of healing. He can do that, right? And my pastor, I remember he on a speakerphone, right, on the voice messages, on the speakerphone, he prayed, and then he said in Jesus, this is over the phone without even touching him. And he said in Jesus' name, amen. My brother said, he just started breathing again, right in my mother's arms. And I'm like 11 years old. I'm like, what? It blew my mind, right? So that's a true story. So very powerful. So the next thing I want to do is, so that's what divine healing is, right? That's what divine healing is. So the next thing I want to do is I want to show you guys some books, right? This is a good book here. It's called The Secrets of Instant Healing, right? That's a good one. Magic of Reiki. You know, it's a pretty good Reiki book. It goes deeper into Reiki, what Reiki is. For all y'all black conscious, all my black conscious brothers and sisters, y'all need to get this book, Nutricide by Dr. Layla Africa, right? And then the classic, Back to Eden. Back to Eden. This video cut short, y'all. I apologize. Sometimes our camera gets full and the video cut short. But Back to Eden, this is the must-have in y'all library. Y'all need to get this book. Need to get this book, Back to Eden. Don't play yourself and don't get it. It has pretty much herbal healings to anything you can think of. All right. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I wanted to get on here, give you guys some information on